All right, are we live? Can you hear me? Over an hour. I was just here for over an hour, about 70 minutes, waiting for my computer to update. I guess it had like 4 months worth of Windows updates. I thought it was done updating last night, but I think last night I really hadn't updated it. So sorry about that. I mean, I would have never said that we were starting at 8. It's crazy. But we made it. We made it here. Somehow. But that was insane. I have to remember to do that next time we take several months off. I have to remember to just update it when I'm not here. But that's how long it had been. Oh, I look tired. Thanks. Thanks for the compliment. It's so nice to hear when I'm starting a stream that I look tired. Thank you. We have here, hey, Kay's modding and Raven's modding. Thank you. We have Simp Nasty is here, KCXO, Oh Hi Bacon, Dancing in the Sand, Kenny Television, CC and Gleggy, Flaps 15. Yeah, this is a different studio, so it might sound and look a little different than the new studio. Devoted Fairy. Hey, Sarah's modding. Thanks, Sarah. Eamon O'Leary is here. Ben D. McKelly Doty. Lauren Detroit. Seems to be working at least. Hey, You Rock. Hey, Pat Bev. Terry D24. Kimberly Barr. Fiona CD. Barbara Crossley. Eamon's a member. Thanks, Eamon, for being a member. Melissa Banks, BP Base, B. Escobar. I'd like to go back to Mexico one day. One day, maybe. I'd love to go back at some point. Hey, Eris Kalarv. Thanks for being a member. Jen Xer is here. Nikki. Debbie Kriminger, NYY7. Carolyn Landacre. Marzell. Michael Birch. Hey, thanks to Sharon Petlover and Gary Eckert for being members. Jet Girl is here. Some people say they like the color of this sweatshirt. I like the color of this hoodie too. Thank you. I do like it. Battle VR is here. Yeah, the video sharpness is good in here. What's his name? What? My brain is not working right now. My brain stopped working. Phil helped me set it up years ago. Peak Time Racing. I was thinking of Phil. Peak Time Racing really helped with setting up the camera and everything. So we got it to work nice in here. Karen O is here. Cats Don't Bark is here. Hefty Tartar. Sedated. Robert's May Queen. Hey, Robert's May Queen. Sammy Jane Casper. We haven't done 2 streams in 2 days in this studio forever. It's been a long time. I'll have to look it up. The last time we did 2 streams, you know what we did? What happened? We did it once in July. This is what happened. Before this, I did 2 streams in July, one after the other. And then before that, it was one in May. And then before that, I think it was Christmas. And I don't even know if Christmas was in here. No, Christmas wasn't in here. So before that, it was, when was it? We did a stream. So here's in the last year and a half, basically. So we were doing streams in here, and then we did one July 9th of 2024. Then we took about a 4-month break, and we did one in here on November 16th of 2024. And then the next one we did in here after November 16th of 2024 was May 4th, 2024. Then we did 2 in May 4th, 2025. So starting in last July, we stopped in July. In July of 24, we stopped. Then we did 1 in November. Then we did 1 in May. Then we did 2 in July, and now it's 2 in November. So in the last year, we've only done, actually in the last 16 months, we've basically done 1, 2, this is the 6th stream in 16 months in this room. That's how busy it's been. That's how busy it's been. It's just been so busy. Crazy. Hey, thanks, Sydney, for being a member. Thanks so much to Kimberly Barr. Yeah, we might show a few more Madrid photos at some point. Thanks, Kimberly. The shelves have been here since a couple of years ago, since I set up this room. If you say so, says it's snowing in Cleveland on Monday. Heather is here. It's just been so busy. I meant in this room. We've done other Lookner streams, but not in this room. Thanks, Josie, for watching last night's stream. Annie T is in Cleveland. Gary remembers the shelf assembly stream. Lil Bro, Victor is eating Chinese food. Joe's Crans is here. Hi, Joe's Crans. Hello. Darren Markley is here. Joe's Crans made a drawing to support Ace Frehley of Kiss. And he created parody songs, including Watching Lookner in the New York Groove, Streams Don't Shock Me, and 2000 Lookner Man. I get 2 of the 3 references. There's Joe's drawing of Ace Frehley. Good drawing. He passed away recently, sadly. Also, Joe sent me a picture of a bunch of Kiss action figures he had. 2000 Man is a good song. Thanks, Joe, for sending in the photo. Michelle Batten is here. She's talking about her. She has some agenda-free TV shirts. Hey, AJ. Jimmy ZNJ is here. CAC813 is here. Alibaba is here. Maybe at some point Alibaba will do a stream on AFTV too. It's been so long. Soggy is here. Laverne Thompson, hey Laverne, how are you? JE is here. Bow Bomber is here. Gas on the Brain. Kingston Animations. Lunali Syria. Jeff Hoopner. Hey, Sydney gave 10 people memberships. That's so nice of you, Sydney. Thank you. Ray E. Biker and Connie Talley got memberships. Fred Flintstone is here. Dara got a membership. Jack MCK got a membership. Jenfa got a membership. Christy M got one. Little Bro Victor got a membership. Heather got a membership. Theodore Johnson's here. Please do not send any packages at this point. I still have one or two more here. I have a couple more here. So don't send any more. I can't deal with them right now. When I can accept more, I'll let you know. Just River P is here. Hey, you know, Perlissa is here. Perlissa 33. Kenny Television is here. Kenny used to watch on Periscope. Man, that's years ago. Mila Bakes. Artful Nothing is here. Flaps 15 is here from Revere Beach. Yeah, I was going to maybe show a few photos of the Madrid trip because we really haven't had much of a chance to talk about the Madrid trip. So maybe we'll do that. After I waited an hour for the computer to update. Larry Martinez came by. Hey, Larry. Joanne Monahan is here. Jabaro Tactico is here. Matt Cluis is here. Brandy Films. Ken Lance. Ken, I have no idea how long the shutdown will last. Do not know. X-Free 143 is here. Salome Dada is here. Yeah, the mouse is working, I think, because the computer updated, which is good. Hadn't updated all last night when I was streaming. Thanks, Kak. I'm glad you liked the stream last night. Last night we did a stream and we talked about the Mido restaurant where I had been in Lima, Peru. If you missed it. Hey, thanks, Just River P, for being a member. So that was fun. I got to show you some pictures of Mido restaurant in Lima, Peru from April. So if you didn't see that, you can rewind. You can go watch that. Hey, JLL is here. Hi, JLL. My favorite tapas was probably calamari sandwich. Fried calamari sandwich. TT Spin is here. All right. I'm pulling up some of my Madrid photos. I was in Madrid for 3 weeks. I worked a lot in Madrid. We had a bunch of news. I think some of the best photos I can show you of Madrid are just of what it looks like when you walk around there. This is a photo from when I did a live stream. I don't know if some of you saw this live stream. That was in Plaza Mayor. But I actually did a live stream there. And I think that's a photo I took when I was actually there. Although, I think it was. Uh-oh, hold on a second here. I got to figure out how to get this in the right. There we go. But if you didn't see, we did like 10 streams in Madrid. Anyways, that's like one of the most popular places there. People live in those apartments, I guess. I guess having an apartment that looks out onto Plaza Mayor is very exclusive. The thing is, though, I would think it'd be kind of annoying because it'd be noisy all the time. So I don't know if people who live there, if they're like these wealthy, exclusive people, do they just keep it as like a second apartment? Because I think it'd be annoying to be there all the time because it's like the most popular place in Madrid. I don't know if people like rent them out because I certainly saw people in the windows who seemed to be like tourists taking pictures and stuff. Anyways, it's a really cool place. Antonio says it's really expensive to live in those apartments. Amazing rooftops there. That's what Antonio says. Antonio, aren't you from Spain? I'm going to show you some of the pictures, though, of just me walking around. Was I scared going alone? No, it was fun. It's a big city. There's a lot of people around, you know. LC Rates is there. Evelyn in Maine is here. Here's another one. Just to give you a sense of, a lot of the streets are really pretty. So see how, there's a lot of streets like that in the central part of Madrid, not all of Madrid, but in the central part of Madrid. A lot of the streets are like this. It's really pretty. Plaza Mayor, Larry, I think is from the 1800s when it was done over last. I think, but I don't remember. So I love the architecture there. You have those streets that are like, basically pedestrian streets with the buildings on either side like that. Cobblestones, yeah. So I really enjoyed walking around there. Hey, Jake. Hey, Tater Mong. I just took a bunch of pictures walking around to the streets. Robert Kennedy is here. Yeah, that photo, the camera did do a good job, Gen Xer, of in that picture of it got me in focus, but it didn't lose the back. Just finding, for now, I'm just going to try to find you some other pictures of just what it looked like walking around there. Yeah, here's another one. A lot of people eating outside, but again, same idea, you know. Was it noisy? Some streets more than others, some streets quite quiet. Thomas says it looks like Portugal streets there look like that. Very pretty. Again, that's central Madrid. Not all of Madrid is central Madrid. People really like going out, hanging out, eating outside, having a drink in a group outside. They do a lot of stuff outside. I mean, it gets colder in the winter, but when it's not cold. That's part of the culture there. You go outside, you hang out with your friends, and you talk to people outside. Is it generally safe there? Yes. I mean, it's like any big city, you know, you'd want to take certain precautions. But there's people around, you know, even late at night usually. Anamal says it's nice to travel alone sometimes. That way you can do what you want. Yeah, I've traveled with people and alone, and I like both. I mean, the thing is, though, you know, sometimes if you're on your own, if you have a time when you can go somewhere, you know, there might be no one at hand to go with you. So I'd rather go than not go. G. Fixler says, go outside, forget it. Bo Bomer says, European architecture is stunning. Yes, Dancing and Sam, very nice to hang out in the evening there. Another one. I think this is Malasanya here, this picture here. I never got tired of these streets there. Really pretty. And narrow, you know. I haven't been to Barcelona. I'd like to go at some point. Wheel says, I usually travel alone. Most of my friends are married with kids. John, 1948, says, travel fastest who travel alone. No, Mr. Mortgage, I don't really drink these days. I drank at the restaurant I talked about last night, but that's about it recently. There's other buildings you'd walk by too. I think this might be Madrid City Hall. Maybe this might be Madrid City Hall, but I'm not sure. Should look it up. Yes, this is Madrid City Hall. Just walked by it. Hey, B. Wick. Hey, Zedekiel. Hey, David. Hey, Daryl. Again, another picture of just a cool architecture there. Some street I was just on. Just really neat. Bitcoin Roller is here. I've never been to Rome. I'd like to go to Rome. Love to go to Italy. Love to try the food there. Have never been. Yeah, Zadikio, the balconies are really cool. People also, you'll see a lot of those places have those, they have those windows that open up. And then they have these shutters that go over the windows. It gets really hot there in the summer, so they like to block out the light when they can, the sunlight. But it's neat that they have those big windows with the balconies. Hey, Mayor West. Hey, Keith Hardy. Jake, I'd like to go to Argentina sometime. I have not been there. It's a bit of a long trip, but maybe one day. I just kept taking pictures of streets and buildings when I would walk by something that looked cool. Did my Spanish improve? Yeah, a bit when I was there. I mean, honestly, I was, I worked a bunch and I did practice some, but I don't think I was there long enough and didn't have enough conversations to really, significantly improve. I practice here too. I mean, I think it was definitely a little better by the end than the beginning. But if you lived there, it would get better really fast. That'd be different. Marcel Kern is here. Marcel says, beautiful architecture all around. I did take the bus there a couple times. They have very good public transportation in Madrid. I ended up going to this university there. I ended up near one of their most well-known universities. I think it's Complutense. Is it Complutense? Complutense University? Universidad Complutense de Madrid. It's one of Madrid's prominent universities. But I was in the area, so I decided to check out the campus. It's nice. It's one of the top universities in Spain. No, there were people there. There were students there. The university there, it's nice. It's kind of it's in a less crowded area. It's not right in the center of Madrid, and it's kind of in the area around there is kind of nature-y. So it was neat to see that. Kind of hard to see in the pics. But like there, you can see back there. But, I went into a couple of the buildings and just checked it out and looked like not so different from an American university. Hey, Rusty G is here. Hey, thanks for modding, Rusty G. Hey, CK. Hey, William Cromer. Ryan says the weather is bad now in Madrid. It's 38 Fahrenheit. Wow. Got cold there. Wasn't 38 when I was there. Gets cold in the winter. It was great. Weather was great there when I was fantastic when I was there. Hey, Mark French is here. I don't know when I'm traveling next. Maybe in a few months. Hey, here's another street picture. Look, this is like a perfect example, again, of just the kind of streets you walk down. It's so pretty. Hey, Chaz Martin. Hey, Evelyn in Maine. I didn't realize how pretty Madrid is. At least central, I wasn't in all parts of Madrid, but at least central Madrid. I'm not talking about a couple blocks. A lot of central Madrid is really pretty. It was more pretty than I thought it would be. I really think Madrid is among Americans. I don't think Americans. I think they underrate Madrid as a travel destination. I really do. Given the kind of places Americans like to go. I mean, that street that street was empty at that time, but there's lots of people around. But I mean, some of these streets are just side streets. But I feel like given what Madrid is, you can fly there direct. You can stay in the central part of the city, and it's very walkable, and there's public transportation, and it's very pretty, and there's good and interesting food, lots to see. I'm surprised, and the weather is like a nice climate. I'm surprised that people it's not higher on people's lists. The real reason I went there, thought of going there, is because of the Spanish, because I was trying to find somewhere where I could speak a little Spanish. But having been there, I'm like, wow, that place is awesome. Right, Bob Messina says Barcelona seems more popular now. Ryan thinks people used to visit Spain more from America, and then closer tourist destinations in Latin America opened up. I think for Europe, Americans think of places like maybe, I'm guessing, Rome and Barcelona and places like that more. Barbara says in Australia, people always go to Sydney. Here in Adelaide, it's so much nicer, in my opinion. That's what Barbara says. Yeah, there's no beach there. Now, our viewer Esther says Spain is a very popular destination for Dutch people. A lot of tourists go to Madrid. There are definitely a lot of tourists there. But again, it's not for Americans. I think it should be on a higher ranking tourist destination for Americans. Just given what I know about, I'm sure plenty of Americans go there, but given what I know about how Americans think about different desirable travel locations. So many cool buildings, like I would just stop and take a picture of a building. It's so walkable. In Boston, it's like 47 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. The time change was very hard there, though, given my work, because I kept having to cover a 6-hour time difference. So I kept having to stay up late at night to cover stuff during the day here. That was tough. JLL says, my daughter went to Spain and Portugal. Yes, Cece, there are plenty of bookstores there. Mike L0211 is here. At JS is here. At JS loved Valencia and wants to visit Sevilla. I definitely want to go to Valencia. They have very good paella there. I'm going to wait till it's warm to go to Valencia, though. Maybe next year. English Militia says, it's good to travel and see stuff whether you have a partner or not. Can't waste away at home. We aren't here forever. That is true. Ryan says, should have gone to Portugal. Well, Portugal isn't Spanish speaking. So that wouldn't have met my requirement. Howie says, I love a good paella. I'm just showing you a bunch of the street pictures I took. Give you a feel for it. Spain is on a later time zone than it should be, geographically. But it's actually good in that the sun goes down later. But the bad thing is it's more of a time difference with the U.S. Ryan likes Sevilla. Ryan thinks Sevilla is the best, thinks it has great history and culture. Chopper Monster. I don't know what that is. There were not many places like that with the names in English. There were a few. It's not... There's plenty of areas that are more tourist oriented, and there's plenty of Western businesses in those areas. But even so, you don't see that many. It's not like every store or restaurant has signs in English there. Yeah, as one of our viewers said, Spain changed their time zone under Franco in order to be in line with German-occupied Europe. Wikipedia says some activists believe that the mismatch between Spain's clock time and solar time contributes to the country's unusual daily schedule. They believe the relatively late sunrises and sunsets shift the average Spaniard's day later than it otherwise would be. But the sun comes up and goes down later there. I did a live stream at 7 a.m. there when it was dark out. I'm seeing another article from Anadolu that says the dictator Franco aligned Spanish clocks with Nazi Germany. As one of our viewers mentioned a little earlier. Oh, Antonio said one picture I showed was, one of the last couple pictures was in Centro in Malasaña. Duck Vision. I don't really. I wish I had more time to play. Do gaming. I don't really have time to do it. This is so where I was staying was in this area called Lavapiés, which was downhill from a bunch of other stuff. So often when I would walk back there, I'd walk downhill, walk down this hill. That was one of the hills I would walk down. It was really pretty walk though. I could walk from Puerta del Sol down to the place I was staying. But that it was basically, you know, about a 15, 20-minute walk down this hill, and that's what it looked like going down that way, which was really neat. People live in those apartments. Hey Kay, no, this is a different room than Agenda Free TV. Different room. Viewer mine is going to Spain in 2 weeks. Very nice. Hey, average Norwegian gamer. Now the mouse is being a little fidgety again. I don't know what's going on. Why is it being like this? Why? It's really annoying me. I think I know what I got to do. Give me a second here. Give me a sec. That's better, I think. So I just like to give you a feel for, you know, what some of the place looks like. If you missed it, this was a fun stream to do. If you missed it, when I went to the Temple of Debode at 7 in the morning when it was still dark out, which is an ancient Egyptian temple that has been brought to Spain, to Madrid, and it's sitting there. That's where the person blew the whistle at me. There's a stream. We did a stream on that. Yeah, I got whistled in when I went in that area that's supposed to have water in it, but it wasn't. Hey, Keith Hardy is here. Keith Hardy watched that stream. Hasib watched that stream, but check it out if you haven't. That was fun to do. You know, like here's another example of a place. I was walking that stream, after I did that stream, I was walking home at like 8:30 in the morning or 9 in the morning. And I just happened to walk by this plaza. And the plaza is like really old. It's several hundred years old. And it's surrounded by 3 buildings. And I think one of the buildings is from like the 1500s and one's from the 1600s or one's from the 1700s. Or it's 1600s, 1700s, and 1800s. It's one of those two. And it's just a place I walked by. And then I just Googled it. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I think now one or more of the buildings is like a Madrid city building, city government building. But super cool. And it was just like, you just walk by these things, you know? It's a really great city to walk around. It's not like a giant tourist attraction. It's just like really gorgeous. Larry says, check out the wind vane on the roof. Hey, Nicodemo Scarfo is here. Average Norwegian gamer. BZ Radio is here. Here's another picture of that. This is the exact same plaza. I don't even remember what the name of it was. Right here. See that? Just so pretty. I think the building on the left is actually the oldest one. You know what I also really liked? There was a 24-hour grocery near where I was staying, which worked out great. They have them there in the city. Real Grocery, Carrefour Market, Abierto open 24 hours, which for me was great because my hours were crazy there. Had insane hours because of the work. So I certainly made a number of visits. That was key. That was very important. I just wish they had these in the US. A lot of the Walmarts aren't 24 hours anymore. When I lived in LA for a while, there were some 24-hour groceries. I don't know that they're 24 hours anymore though. I've never been to Germany, Team M. This is like a regular grocery. It's not a convenience store. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a 2-floor grocery, a 2-story grocery. Enrique says, this is our 7-Eleven. Yeah, they have smaller ones of these too. Carrefour, they have smaller versions of it. But yeah, you can go in there and get stuff whenever you want. And they have like, sandwiches and stuff like that in there too, but. Right, as David says, a lot of the 24-hour stores in the U.S. went out during COVID. They stopped being that way during COVID or after COVID. Puzzling Pecky said a lot of the stores cut back their hours and never changed them back. That was really great, though. It was like a 3-minute walk from where I was staying. Oh, I did want to show you this. So I went to a different part of Madrid called, what was this? It's Latina. There's a neighborhood La Latina, but there's also a district Latina, which is west of the central part. And just so you can see, in Latina, which is west of central Madrid, it's not like all old. It's not all old, incredibly beautiful buildings. It's much more like regular. So this is a picture from Latina, the district Latina. See, it's a bunch of Madrid is not like what I've been showing you. It just depends on where you are. But this was more of, this is not really a tourist area. This is more of a regular people area. I think for a lot of people who live there, they have no real need to live in central Madrid. They can save money if they don't live in central Madrid. Enrique says that looks like Spain. This is another picture from Latina, and it's like you still have the winding streets, but again, those are much newer buildings. But it was interesting to walk through there. Just check it out. Oh, I should show you this too. So the neighborhood I was in on the weekends became like this huge party neighborhood. And like lots of young people would go there. I mean like young adults. Well, some teenagers, but more like young adults. And they would just fill the streets. on the weekends. Where in the area where I was staying in. Huge. So like all the way up the hill, all those people you can see right there. Holistic says epic. Yeah, big party neighborhood. Oh, Madrid would be less expensive than New York City. The housing is not even, I don't think, close to New York City in terms of expensiveness. My favorite food, I actually, there was a lot of great Indian food in my near where I was staying. There were a bunch of Indian restaurants and they were great. I had so much good Indian food. Man, I have pictures of it. I'm not going to show you all my Indian food pics. But for example, one place I went to was called India Dhaba. I went there twice. Man, was this good. I probably went to Indian food 5 or 6 times when I was there. It was fantastic. It was so good. If I lived there or I lived somewhere near this kind of Indian food, I would have it so much. It was really good. And I would just go and I'd say, hey, I'd like a lamb dish and a chicken dish. Pick something for me. I'd say it in Spanish. And they would pick and it'd be incredible. It was fantastic. So good. Every Indian meal I had there was just fantastic. Amazing. It's getting me hungry watching it. This is what I did. This is what I would do. There's the food at the end. The area I was staying in has this big Indian community there, and there's like a whole area where there's just a lot of Indian restaurants. I actually didn't get chicken tikka masala. They told me there that the chicken tikka masala is very sweet, and I wanted something more spicy. Larry, you can probably see my Indian dhaba review. I left a review. Oh yeah, they spoke Spanish there. At the Indian restaurants, they spoke Spanish, and they spoke English. Some of them spoke English. I was just trying to speak speak Spanish wherever I went. I'm sure they spoke Hindi too. I'm a Peaky Blinder says can't go wrong with a Vindaloo. A lot of places a lot of places wouldn't go out of their way to speak English to you, but there were some places that did. I think a lot of people there actually liked practicing their English. I met a guy on the plane who lives there, who's from America, and I spoke to him and other people, and from what I gather, a lot of people there want to learn English and like to practice their English. Oh, the restaurant India Dhaba I was just showing you a picture of. There it is right there. India Dhaba. Or Indian Dhaba. Here's another picture of the weekend in Lavapiés. Lavapiés, all the people out on the street. As I told you, they just go out. There's huge, huge crowds of people. Hey, Fox and Socks came by. Hello. Peppy Willie says, I'm getting hungry too. Yeah, the naan bread was really good. I'm a Peaky Blinder. Our viewer Bastelwee said normal for European cities, but I don't know what exactly Bastelwee was referring to because the comment was a little while ago. Esther says in Amsterdam, English-speaking people have a hard time learning Dutch. As soon as we notice someone speaks English, we automatically switch to English. The Netherlands is known for having a lot of very good English speakers. Zadikiel says, my son is a chef and he made some buttered chicken. Hey, Kathy Williams is here. You know, I didn't end up going to any museums when I was there. You might think that's crazy. It's weird. I really like art, but like, I never feel that compelled to go to a museum. You know, I was working a lot during the day there, and it's just when I prefer when I'm traveling somewhere to kind of be out and about and to see the city. And I know a lot of people love the museums. It's just, I certainly have enjoyed a bunch of museums I've been to, but on this trip I was just like, I just want to go be in the city. And I don't want to have to worry about, and I never knew what my schedule was going to be. And I was just like, I just want to go out and be in the city and walk around. And also my schedule was really messed up a number of the days. I was on a more nighttime schedule. Evelyn says you saw a lot walking around. Yeah, so, yeah, you know, our viewer, Carlos says, Carlos Rosas the Prado is spectacular, which it is certainly supposed to be. I just didn't make it. So, you know, you got to pick and choose. I really like just getting out and about and walking around. You know, it's annoying. I didn't take a picture. There was that one night where I met a bunch of people after I shot a stream where I had tapas. I met a bunch of locals and we just hung out. They asked me what about my channel and stuff. We ended up talking for like an hour and a half or so. And I never took a picture with them. They took a picture and they said they were going to send it and they never did. So I never got the picture. I regret that. I had some very good chicken there, guys. There was an excellent chicken restaurant. I think it's called Piri Piri Chicken, where they made chicken and they had all these sauces. That's what they did there. Here, I'll show you what it looked like there. Right? Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's incredible. And they had, see, it's called Piri Piri, and they had like 6 kinds of sauces you could put on it. Man, that was great. Anti-American sentiment, I did not run across any. I think that there's certainly a reaction against people coming there to live from outside and raising rents and stuff, but I didn't personally sense any of it. Hamila says it's a chain here. Now, that was the only one that I saw nearby. Hamila, are you in Spain? This one was really good. That was one of the better meals I actually had there. I wish I had time to go back. I took pictures when I was streaming. Some of you saw this stream. See, that's when I was live streaming. Look, there's my phone. There's the phone when I'm doing the stream. That's the phone I'm streaming on. And then there were the tapas. Man, that was a good calamari sandwich right there. That was at Cañas y Tapas. And then you got the Spanish tortilla here. My brain is not working. I can't remember what these things are called. What are these things called? Someone help. Ham croquetas. Croquetas. That was a fun stream. Rochelle says I was watching that stream. So there it is. I'm just there with my phone. I got my microphone attached to it. That was it. That's where I was. This was great. Should have had another one of those. This is, ham is really big. Ham is really big there. I didn't have it that much. Ham is a huge thing. I probably should have had some more ham. What I did is I went to a couple of highly rated ham places where they had sandwiches. And I got the ham sandwich. It was ham and some sort of cheese. And it was a jamón ibérico, certain kind of ham. And both times I had the sandwiches. I enjoyed it, but the ham is really rich. It's almost too rich for a sandwich. It's really rich. For me, it was just a lot. So I didn't really go out of my way to have more ham when I was there. I don't know if I can. Raven says they eat acorns. I think the pigs for jamón ibérico. I don't know if I can convey what it means for the meat to be rich. But how can I say this? It's very savory. It's like heavy in a way. I don't want to say it's greasy, but it's not greasy. Gamey, maybe a bit. Yeah, it's just it's like when you eat some, it's filling, strong. So I did have a couple of the sandwiches, but again, it's heavy. Jamón ibérico says Google AI is a high-end cured ham produced from the black Iberian pig, which is native to the Iberian Peninsula. Its rich, complex flavor and delicate marble texture are a result of the pig's breed, diet, and long curing process. And AI talks about a number of these. Some of the jamón ibérico hams are pigs fed on acorns. Tom Mix says it's very dense. It's kind of like, you know what it's like? What am I thinking of? Like, imagine like an Italian wine and cheese plate where the meat is this really rich meat, and you wouldn't necessarily, you might think of having a few bites of it, but you wouldn't think of putting on a sandwich. Like prosciutto, OPR says. There's certain meats like that where you're like, wow, it would be a lot to have that on a sandwich. So I never did the thing where I went to like a ham place and just got ham. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. There's a lot of different ethnic foods there. And another kind of food I really liked that I found a good place was this Middle Eastern place. This was really good. And I cannot remember what the place was called. It was called, what was it, like Napta? I'll try, see if I can find it. It was really good. I went there twice. It wasn't even that expensive either. It was just like a, real neighborhoody kind of place. And actually, it was sort of in a touristy area, but it was still really good, near Puerto del Sol. Let's see if I can find the name of the place. But it was fantastic. I wrote a review for it. I can't find it. But it was good. Middle Eastern food is amazing. It's just a lot of it. I find a lot of Middle Eastern food where I ends up being like kind of not that great. But when it's really good, it's really good. It's one of my favorite foods. It was called, I have it here. Where is it? The Matba. The place is called The Matba. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you guys. Angie says, I love Middle Eastern food. See, it says The Matba. It has 1,700 views, 4.7 stars. Really good. Really good. Not a fancy place. Hey, OPR 357 is here. I thought this was kind of amusing. So there was a store there that was like clearly trying to be like a ripoff of 7-Eleven, but they called it 9/11 because I think they probably weren't aware of the connotations of 9/11. You can see it says 9/11. And it's clearly just made to look like 7-Eleven. There was not many places like this. This was the only one of these I saw. I just thought it was interesting to see that that was what it was called. Sparklefish says, Flair says, here in New Mexico we have stores called 7-Eleven. There are a bunch of weed stores in Madrid, certainly. There were those. This is another picture from when I would walk home at night down that hill. Just really pretty architecture. Hey, Kellen. Hey, Ohira. Yeah, I mean, it was so enjoyable to just walk around there. It's just really pretty. Like sometimes you feel like you're in the Epcot Center, Spain, because it just feels like all the buildings are so pretty. Antonio says that 9/11 store is in Chueca. That is the gay area. It used to be a really bad area. Now it's a posh and good area. That's what Antonio says. Did I take a picture of the street? There's a street there where there's just tons of Indian restaurants where people eat at night. I don't know if I took a picture of that. You know what? I feel like some of the pictures I took, I haven't put in the right folder yet. Let me look here. I feel like there's pictures that I did not actually put in my Madrid folder. Let's see. Let me look. Let me look. Yes. I'm almost positive. I should do that right now. There's definitely, I can see them right now. I'll stick them in there. I can show you a couple more. There's a lot. Man, the park was cool. The botanical garden was cool. A lot of cool stuff. A bunch of Indian food pictures. I was like, where are those all? Why are they missing? Oh, thanks to Arcus Spud, who's our member. Yeah, I would encourage anybody, if you're thinking of going to Madrid, it's great. It's a really good place to visit. The next Spanish-speaking place I go, which won't be too soon. I'd like it to be soon. There's so much stuff I have to do here. But I'd love to go back to Spain and go to Valencia, but I'll wait till it's warm. I'd love to go to Puerto Rico. It'd be really fun to go to Central America, for example. The internet can be an issue if I'm trying to work. So like San Jose, Costa Rica, maybe. In theory, Panama City. Argentina, I'd like to visit. Other cities in Mexico besides Mexico City. Gary, I don't think the Starlink upload would necessarily work for streaming agenda-free TV. But maybe when Starlink gets a bit better, that could be something I bring with me. Oh, Chile, Robert, I would go to Santiago too. That's just, that's certainly. Enrique says, try to visit North Spain, like Bilbao, Galzia, etc. I'll definitely go back to Spain. Oh, I did a whole trip to Mexico City last December. I really enjoyed it. I'd love to go back. I'd like to try somewhere else too. So Angie says she remembers the botanical garden stream. Oh, I can show you pictures. I can show you some pictures from the Rose Garden. Well, these are not the greatest pictures. But if you remember when I was doing this tour of Retiro Park, which was a live stream, I ended up in a Rose Garden there, which was awesome. There it is right there. That's the Rose Garden. Look at all the roses. Then we got there right before closing. David says that was a peaceful stream. It would be good to go back to Mexico City at some point because when I went there, my Spanish comprehension was very not good at all. So I could probably understand a little better what people were saying. Hey, remember this thing from the snack stream? This was the Pink Panther snack cake that's popular in Spain. Look at that color. Pantera Rosa. Pantera Rosa. You know what's interesting? I just found an article from Takeout that says Chef Jose Andres, very famous chef, he said in a YouTube video that one of his favorite foods when he was a kid is this cake. He says it's what all children grew up eating in Spain. It's the most delicious sponge cake. That was good. We did a whole stream on the snacks. You can watch it. It was a bit different than a Twinkie. Similar shape. It's really good. I'd have to go back and watch what I said about it. I can tell you what I said about it. These were each about $2. Each package was I'll pull it up here and I'll just show you if I can find where on the stream it was. Where on the stream was it? Let's see. There it is right there. Right there. I'm taking that photo. That looks awesome. Oh. It's kind of lemony. It's lemony. It's not as moist as a Twinkie. It's nice. I gotta get the frosting though. Where's the frosting? Where's the frosting? Oh, there's the frosting. Let's get a little of that frosting. I was very impressed with the snack cakes there. They had very good snack cakes. Did this stream on the last day. I'll post a link to this stream. Hold on. I'm posting a link to that stream if you want to watch it. I tried a bunch of different popular snacks in Madrid. I need to get that video dubbed into... There's like AI dubbing you can do of videos now. The problem is my videos are too long, a lot of them. Ann says that stream was a lot of fun. That was fun. Yeah, I've been looking into these services that do dubbing of your videos. That would be a perfect one to dub into Spanish. But like, I think a lot of people use them for like 5-minute videos. This video is an hour and a half long, and then they have like these paid plans, but they limit how many minutes you can do of the videos. I have to look into more. I just started looking into it. I think if you just upload the video, then YouTube can do it for you in some cases, but I don't think they do it for live videos. And this was a live video. This thing was great. This was like the really popular thing that's like a hot dog. It's like a hot dog bun with chocolate in it. Love this thing. Look at that. It really looked like a hot dog without a hot dog, and it had chocolate in it. David Claremont liked that stream. Antonio Garcia Lopez Vasquez, who was in Spain, says, you were 100% accurate about the taste of Pantera Rosa. Thank you. I'm glad I got it. Well, I mean, I was calling it as I saw it. Jessica Redruza says they're called Pantera Rosa. So this thing was great, though. Really like a hot dog bun with chocolate. Can you believe this? One Way Street thinks there must be a commercial on YouTube where they say the name. Can you guys see this? Look at this thing. It really looks like a hot dog bun. That's sort of like a pan au chocolat or whatever with the little chocolate in there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try the boyacao. Oh, this is not a Twinkie. Wow. This is like a hot dog roll with with chocolate. This is actually very good. I really like this. Yeah, that thing was quite good. That thing was quite good. I don't know why they don't have that in the US. You can find hot dog buns that kind of taste like that hot dog bun, but you can't find them with chocolate in them. Larry says in Mexico there's a packed dessert called rebanadas, which is like frosted toast. I don't think I tried that. Anyways, you can check out that whole stream if you want. I wonder if anybody watched that stream from Spain. I mean, from, this stream here. I don't know. I got to go back over and look at the comments of that. I haven't even looked at the comments. One viewer in the comments said they live near Madrid. Angela Jones commented on that video that she subscribed to a monthly snack box from different countries around the world. So I'll keep doing that stream whenever that stream, I usually save it till the end of the trip, but I really should do it earlier in the trips because I might find things I really like. And if I do it on the last day, then I can never have them again. If I had done that stream, like there were some very good, I think it was almonds I had that I had not tried till the last day. I think I might have some here. I might have some later. I might have brought some back with me. But I didn't know I liked them until the last day I was there. Whereas if I do that stream early, then I can have more chance to have the things again. So I got to do that. Oh, I'll show you. This is the street I was staying on. Let me show. Here's a picture of the street I was staying on when I was in Spain. Right here. In Lavapiés. Calle de, I can't remember. Calle de la Primavera. Calle de la Primavera. And those guys are working on the door where in the building I was staying in. That was the street I was on. It's a nice street. Angie is getting the munchies now. And AH is on a World War II flight sim. It was clean there. It really was. I mean, they had in Madrid, at least in central Madrid, there's people out cleaning the street. But, even when I went out to places a little outside of central Madrid, it was still quite clean there. Now, I'm not saying everywhere in Spain is clean, but everywhere I went was clean. That's not always the case when you go somewhere, but it was there. They're very clean. Was my place expensive? It was expensive in a general sense, but not compared to other places. It's expensive to stay in central Madrid if you're staying in central Madrid. And it was a great place for working. I had to get a place that had a really good internet and that had had space for me to work in, and that also was quiet enough that I could do streams there. So It worked out awesome. That place was fantastic. It wasn't like super luxurious, but it was like it was just like a nice, well-kept apartment. Small bathroom. The bed was kind of firm, but everything was totally nice in there. Small kitchen, but it was, from what I needed, it was fantastic. I think Gary Baines, I might have gotten a discount because I stayed there for 3 weeks. I did get a discount because the place had not been on Airbnb long. I think the person who owned it had maybe just redone it, and there were not many reviews. And I think they were discounting it because they figured, well, there's not many reviews, so people might be hesitant to stay there. So I got a discount that way. George Julius says, Madrid is my favorite city in the entire world. It was nice also, I remember when I took the Uber from my place in Spain to the airport, the Uber driver was a woman who had moved with her children from, where did she move to Spain from? I want to say maybe Venezuela. No, from Colombia. She came from Colombia, the country Colombia. And we just had a nice chat. I was able to understand enough Spanish to actually talk with her, which was very cool. That was really fun. Here's a picture from inside the Airbnb, by the way. That's the desk I did the streams from, right there. I had rotated the desk, though. But again, just nice place, basic. It was good. Had a balcony. Yeah, a building did collapse when I was there, or partially collapsed at least. I remember that, David. I didn't hear about the tournament, and I didn't walk by the building. The place had a washer but not a dryer, which I think is similar to some places in Madrid. So people would hang their clothes. So I had a clothes rack, a drying rack, and I would just dry my clothes on the rack. Hey, Mitchell Pilot, thanks for coming by. Gary Baines, it's interesting. The place I was staying was actually a pretty lively neighborhood, Lavapiés, but my place, it was on just a side street. So it was amazingly quiet for the location. It just was like around the corner from the really busy part. So it just worked out that it was kind of the best of both worlds because it was close to stuff, but it was still quiet. David Shepardson from Reuters says, numerous airline executives tonight are expressing alarm about how bad the staffing air traffic control shortages are and raising fears about what happens tomorrow. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Reuters says reductions in flights are supposed to go up from 4% to 6% on Tuesday and then 10% by November 14th. Thank you too for watching. Who was it there? Hey, JA&P is moderating. Thanks, JA&P and Raven Riley. I know Kay was there moderating and Sarah on Twitch. Hold on. A little bit of a mouse issue. No, mouse is back. The mouse is back, sort of. Once in a while, it gets strange. And AH. Puzzling Peggy is here. Alex Moss. Do I look at memes people make of me? I don't really go out of my way to look at them. Tiff, I was there for 3 weeks. DJ Benjamin. Japan, I would love to go there one day. One day. I would love to go there. You know, it's great. It's just I don't know Japanese. So for the moment, I'm prioritizing going to places where I know Spanish, where it's Spanish speaking, because that's a really cool thing to me to know the language. I mean, I'd love to go to Japan one day. One day. Madeline Haney. Do I like Swedish candy? I don't eat I don't eat candy much these days. I have to be careful. I like it, but I don't really eat it much. I did it for the snack stream. G Slayer says, cleanest place I've been in Singapore. It's supposed to be incredibly clean there. Gira, I'd love to go to Rome or Athens. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Too many places to go. The next place is going to be somewhere Spanish speaking, though. Robin Banks came by. No, I haven't cooked anything lately. I have not done that. Also, I've been so busy lately. This is before yesterday. The last time we'd been on this stream, last time we did a stream from this room was 4 months ago. As I've said earlier, we've done I think 6 streams from this room in like 16 months. So it's just been so busy with work, with new stuff. So I figured I'd take advantage the last couple nights of the rare opportunity to just do one of these streams. Oaxaca would be fun to go to. Yeah, Mood, I might go to Argentina at some point, definitely. Hey, Emilian came by. Hey, Emilian. Devoted Fairy was here. Gary came by. Hey, Gary. John H., the air fryer is great. I made some chicken tenders and some fries in the fryer today. Love the air fryers. I messaged the makers of the air fryers I have 2 different ones, and I messaged them. And I told them about my channel, and I said that I talk about the air fryers on the channel, on Agenda Free TV. And I said, the viewers talk about the air fryers. And I said, it'd be cool. Maybe we could do like a partnership kind of thing, like a collab, where I specifically mention your brand of air fryer. Just literally didn't hear back from either of them. Just nothing. Crickets. 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 Nothing. Not interested. That would make sense. Oh, thanks to Duck Vision. He says, my wife made orange chicken Dino chicken nuggets the other day. Amazing. Thank you to Duck Vision. Sounds tasty. Is there anything else I wanted to show you from the trip? Thanks for putting up with me as I showed you these photos. I was just trying to give you more of a sense of what it was like there and what the trip was like. If you watch the streams, you probably get some of a sense of it. This was another Indian place called Bombay Palace that I went to twice. It was so good. Oh my gosh. This place was fantastic. I have so many pictures of the Indian food I ate. Man, it was good. Gosh. These places were like a 5-minute walk from my place. Oh, amazing. So good. Wow. There were a couple times where I worked really late because there was news, and I would get done and it'd be like 1 or 2 in the morning, Spain time, and I hadn't even really eaten. So I had to just go get something. And I ended up going several times to Five Guys because it was open super late and I knew I could get enough to eat because I'd be starving after the live stream. So I have some pictures from Spain Five Guys. It's the same as America Five Guys. It's really, it tastes the same. But they don't have soda water in the soda machine, which really annoyed me. So I had to get regular water. Hey, look, it's Spain Five Guys. Madrid Five Guys. But they were open super late there. Like one of them was open till 5 in the morning. So it was my emergency go-to several times. Sal Manila came by. Hey, Sal, what's happening? Hey, guys, look, Sal is here. I think Sal's on his boat. What's happening, Sal? Special guest Sal Manila. Sven... the prices at Five Guys, yeah, it's certainly not the cheapest burger place. I think for what you get there, I think it's fine, but it depends on how much you value what you're getting versus the price. It's certainly more expensive than some burger places. In Madrid, it's basically the same price as here. It's very similar pricing wise. I didn't really order many drinks there because I was basically using getting water at places. One of our viewers said, did they not put ice and drinks there, Zach said. I will say there were several times when they gave me ice in my water. Not every place did, but some places did. Sal Manila came by. Wow. Sal, how are you? Special guest. Robin Banks came by too. Hey, Nav MJB. George, I've been to London. I've been to Paris. I have been to, years and years and years ago, Moscow and St. Petersburg. Very long time ago. I've been to Iceland a number of years ago. CAC, the Airbnb had a kitchen inside. So it had a fridge and, that kind of stuff. Iceland was really fun. I mean, this was a long time, shortly after college, and a very wealthy Icelandic friend from college took 80 people from college there for his birthday, as crazy as that sounds. So that was great. It's very pretty there, very pretty, and a lot of cool stuff there. So I would recommend visiting, but again, my trip is not going to be the experience everybody had. We had dinner with the prime minister when we were there. It was crazy. This was a long time ago. His family was basically like Icelandic royalty. Babs recommends East or South Africa. The people are very friendly and the sites are amazing. I've never been to Africa. I'd love to go. Sal says his boat is getting repaired. Sal is in St. Martin. Oh, Sal, I envy the weather there. Sal's in St. Martin, guys. In the Caribbean. Oh, Sal. Sounds awesome. East of Puerto Rico. A bit east of Puerto Rico. Probably what? Hundreds of miles east of Puerto Rico. Here's where Sal is. St. Martin. See, there's Puerto Rico right there. Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba, St. Martin. Just make that bigger. There you go. Right there. How's the weather here? It's getting cold. It's like 45 degrees. Jennifer P. says, I have been watching a family in Iran lately. Palm Tree recommends Ethiopia. Heather says Equatorial Guinea is Spanish speaking. Is that true? It's Spanish speaking? Languages: Spanish, French, Portuguese, Equatorial Guinean Portuguese. Says Wikipedia. It's in Africa. Spanish is the main official language. How about that? In Equatorial Guinea. I did not know that. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. I wonder how the internet is there. Do people visit there from the U.S.? You have to get a visa to go there. I just saw that online. It looks like you have to get a visa to go there. I know nothing about it. I'll have to look into it. I don't know. Is the internet good enough that I could do agenda-free TV from over there? That's another provider. That's another problem. I'm looking online and it sort of looks like the upload speed would not be enough for me there, although I don't know. Equatorial Guinea is in Africa, and it's south of Cameroon and north of Angola on the west, in the southwest. Antonio says the internet there is not good at all, but they speak perfect Spanish and the country is so very beautiful. Don't go there to work if you depend on internet. See, that would be a country if Starlink got a bit better and I could bring my Starlink with me and set it up there. That would be a cool place to visit. Thanks for mentioning it. I didn't even know that this country in Africa like that was Spanish speaking. It's very interesting. I had no idea. I can put it on the list for the future. Carlos says 21% of Moroccans speak Spanish. Google AI says many people, especially in the north of Morocco, speak Spanish. The one and only says lots of Spanish there, surprisingly. Interesting. Interesting. Helpful. Palm Tree says, I lived in Morocco. My husband speaks Spanish, Arabic, and French. April Coco says, we want to visit Panama. Heard it is nice. I was thinking of visiting Panama City. I'd like to go there. You guys should do that, April. I'll have to figure it out. Next year at some point. Won't be this year. Won't be in 2025. Steve Schultz says many speak Spanish in Atlanta. It's good to see Sal Manila. We see Sal every once in a while. Well, we see Sal fairly regularly on this channel. It's just we're not on this channel that much. We'll go a couple more minutes here. But I'm glad I was able to show you some of the Spanish piss. Hey, MJ came by. Hey, MJ. MJ sent some memberships too. That's so nice of you, MJ. Thank you. Look who got memberships. April Coco, Carlos Rosa, Babs Vacation, Jennifer P, and DJ Benjamin got memberships from MJ. I had one paella in Madrid, and it was good. It's just the paella is supposed to be much better when you're by the coast, specifically in Valencia. So I would really like to go to Valencia and have like paella every day. That was the one I got. It was good. This was this place called, I think, Pyramid Bar or Pyramid Tavern, Pyramide. And it was good. It just, it's not like, I don't think it's like it is in Valencia when you're right next to the coast. So I would like to go back and do that. This overkill is here. Empath Nurse says Valencia paella was delicious. I still remember it 23 years later. The cheese raclette in Paris was also good, Raven. Diamond G came by. Thank you, MJ. Good to see you. Long time no see. All right, I think we're getting to that time. We got to talk about the Spain trip and catch up a little bit. That was fun. I'm glad we did that. Got to chill out for a bit. So after you guys had to wait because my computer was updating. Everything worked good, though, once it updated. So I appreciate you guys coming by to the stream. This was pretty chill tonight. So I appreciate everybody coming by and chatting, those who chatted. Yeah, Terry says, natural end to the stream, exactly. I thought there was something I needed to mention to you guys, and I forgot to mention it. What was I going to mention? What was it? There was one other thing I was going to mention to you. Something that happened to me today. I need a case for my phone, and I ordered the case from Amazon like a week and a half ago, and it's still not here, and it's gotten delayed twice, and I can't tell if it's delayed because of the UPS stuff that happened. Part of me thinks that Amazon just doesn't have it in stock, and they're just selling it as if they have it in stock, but they're shipping it via UPS. So I don't know if anybody else has had UPS delays because it was that horrible, terrible crash, the UPS crash. And so I know that UPS supposedly there's some delays because of that, and they weren't operating their hub for a while, and they've grounded some of their planes. But I can't tell. But they keep, twice they've said it's going to be here, and then they say, oh, it's going to be here a different day. So I just don't know. I don't know if anybody else has had issues. Maybe it might just be that the case itself they do not actually have it. So no one else is saying they're having an issue though. Oh, Ryan Minitz says all my UPS packages are delayed due to the incident. It might be that. Hey, MJ, thank you. MJ, that's so nice of you. MJ, I'm using the chair you gave. MJ, it's your chair. It's working great. Look at your chair, so comfortable. If you guys missed it, last night I did a stream on this channel where I talked about this meal I had in Lima, which was really cool. So if you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch that. Larry says, my oldest nephew works for UPS, and he told me one of his bosses knew one of the crew on board. Oh, terrible. Songbird said, it happened to me, but my product was coming from China, and I did not know it. I got to check also. Somebody might have tried to, let me just check something before we wrap up here. Before we wrap up here, let me check something. Hang on. Yeah, I'm caught up over there. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hey, if you're on X, make sure you follow Lookner channel on X. I do post when we're going live there. I post some other stuff once in a while. So again, you might not even know we have an X account. @Lookner channel. See, it says @Lookner channel. By the way, this should really be filling the screen right now. There it is. Ooh, that's too much. At Lookner channel. Thank you for coming by. No, we're not on Rumble at the moment. Not at the moment. Dillamon says you will be hungry if you watch last night's stream. I'm glad you, Palm Tree, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Tina Marie says, cool seeing chat from everyone all over the world. Hey, it was great seeing also a special guest, Sal Manila came by, MJ came by. We had a lot of people come by. April Coco came by. Kimberly Barr. Glad you enjoyed the Madrid pics, Kimberly. Carlos Rosa. Thanks for being here. Robin Banks, David Videosify, Larry Martinez, Hasib Rana, Jamila, Evelyn in Maine, Rexy on Twitch. Thanks for being here. Gira, Sarah was modding, Allistic, Devoted Fairy, Random Gaming, Kostav on Twitch, Word Me Up, Sven Davison. Raven was moderating. Thanks. Raven Riley. JA&P. Thanks for modding. Fiona CD. Theodore Johnson. Antonio from Spain. Thanks for all your knowledge from Spain, Antonio Garcia Lopez Vasquez. Enjoyed seeing your comments. Antonio says, we're so glad to have people over here. Come visit. Hey, Sharona. Thanks, Sharona. Glad you liked the stream. Yeah, if you're looking for a place to go, consider Madrid. Duck Vision, good seeing you. Joe Mr. Zadikiel. Josie. Special thanks to everybody some of you donated and gave gift memberships. So nice of you, like MJ and others. Thanks so much. Barbara Crossley, good seeing you. Tina Marie. Word Me Up. I think I said Word Me Up. I'm saying it again. Gary Baines. Lunali Syria. Cool. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I really appreciate you being here. I See Rates was here. Really appreciate you coming by. The stream made me want Indian food. Maybe I'll have some of my Spain snacks I brought back later tonight. Ann Hove, thanks for being here. Val Cargo. She Clicks Bricks, thanks for being here. Gen Xer. One and only. Mark French. Mark has over 5,000 pictures on slides from all over Europe and Latin America with a 35mm Kodak camera. Wow. Have you thought, Mark, about getting them digitized? Lynn Halifax, thanks for being here. Darren Markley. Darren wants to go back to San Francisco. I'd like to go to San Francisco again. I haven't been in San Francisco in years and years. I'd like to check it out again. All right, guys, wrapping it up. Thank you so much. This was really fun. I enjoyed talking about the Madrid trip with you guys and other stuff. And we'll do a Madeline Hanley. Thanks for being here too. She says they sell the chocolate hot dog things on Amazon. Thanks to Crafter Shells, Carlos Rosa, Jeff Meyer. Thanks, Carrie. Leslie Ladyhawk says it didn't alert me. Hey, sign up for the Discord notifications. Those mods, can you put the link to the Discord notification in the chat, please? That'd be awesome because the Discord ones are the best ones. Kingston Animations, also Lookner channel on X. Sorry you missed it, Leslie Ladyhawk. Discord and the X account, 2 different notifications. Also, YouTube make sure you turn on your YouTube notifications. It's if you're watching on YouTube, it's the same thing with Agenda Free TV. You got to subscribe and then click the notifications bell and then choose all notifications. Mark is digitizing a little of the slides at a time. Kelly James, thanks for being here. All right, guys, I'm wrapping it up. Thank you so much. This was super fun. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you again very soon on one or both of the channels. All right, guys, thank you for watching. It was fun hanging out. We'll see you soon.